Well, howdy there, internet people. It's Caleb. So, they say whatever is put up on the internet is forever. Well, I hope it is. Because this message is a warning, not only to this generation, but to every generation that comes after me. For those of you watching in the future, the current date is October 13th, 2020. I don't know what Earth will be like in the next 30 years, or even the next 80, but right now, in terms of space exploration, we are beginning our efforts to colonize the moon, our nearest celestial body, and we are starting the efforts to colonize Mars. And Elon Musk definitely looks like he is. It doesn't even look like he is thoroughly in the lead in this endeavor. Pretty soon, in the next 10 years, we will have human beings on Mars. To me, that is an incredible feat. Humanity is progressing. Our technology in the last 20 years has advanced to the point now where we are actually starting to seriously consider the colonization of celestial bodies. And not only that, but we are able to communicate between each other in our own planet with pocket machines that you can literally wear. It's incredible. But it's also dangerous and scary. By dangerous, I mean as a society, as a species, humans, Homo sapiens, is dangerously unprepared for the next challenges that lie ahead. My best guess, in 200 years, by the year 2250, Mars will not only have been colonized, but also be terraformed to the point that it will truly be self-sufficient. It will actually truly be capable of supporting life without any need of biodomes or exosuits. And definitely by the year 2250, there will be two subspecies of Homo sapiens. Once found on Earth, and once natively found on Mars. By the year 2250, Mars will be thoroughly self-sufficient to the point that it will question its need to be lorded over by its earthly masters. And even though by 2250 Earth will be united under a socialist banner, and definitely be united under the United Nations, history will repeat itself. Like what happened in India, in the colonies of Africa, what happened in the United States. Colonies do not belong to empires for long. Eventually, colonies will develop their own identity. and the people who live in these colonies will view themselves as separate and independent from their host nation, from the overlords that are across the sea, across space. And history will repeat itself. There will be a independence movement, one that I certainly will get behind. Mars deserves to be its own planet, its own people, deserves to have its own governing body. We're not ready for that stage. We're not at that stage yet. It will take time. But unfortunately, even though Earth will be united, it will definitely unite against Mars. Because the military brass, just like here on Earth, they will consider the resources and see an independent Mars as a threat to Earth's ability to build up its navy, to build up its spacefaring war capabilities. Because a Mars independent could potentially cut off Earth from any and all mineral resources found in the asteroid belt. Minerals and resources, minerals that are needed to produce whatever advanced technology that will be in use by 2250. And just like what history dictates, there will be fighting. And just like what happened in Vietnam, what happened in Korea, or at least 1950s Korea, and what happened in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, bigger powers will get involved in our little scuffle. Believe it or not, the discussion, there is life beyond our own planet, and advanced forms of life, I might say. An advanced government with technologies that nobody could even dream of. Stuff that only our universe, our galaxy alone, it's an explosion of life, of sentient beings that only the minds of Gene Roddenberry and George Lucas could come up with. And of course there are big power players in this galaxy. And not all of them are benevolent. There are thugs, there are fascists, there are greedy corporations out there who will take advantage of any kind of strife between Mars and Earth and use it for their own gain. It is inevitable that in the 200 years of mining in the asteroid belt, we will come in contact with these other beings, and will be introduced into the galaxy at large. When we get introduced to the galaxy at large, they will be introduced to us. And I will tell you right now, Earth and our species is viewed as primitive, savage by these beings. Yeah, I know, it's not fair, but compared to what they have, compared to the technologies and societal differences that they have put aside, our strifes, our concerns are primitive, even savage to them. Just like how a 21st century American would find an isolated Amazonian tribe to be primitive and savage. It's not inherent bias. It's just the facts. We like the technology that they do. And when we get introduced to this galaxy at large, and we do not settle our strife between Earth and Mars, there will be there will be entities who will seek to take advantage of our strife to further their own ends, either to create power bases or get more money. Whatever it is, we will be but another piece in the galactic chessboard. So, my hope is that everybody who watches this video understands what is coming, understands the inevitability that we will get embroiled, that we will be the next battlefield of larger galactic conflicts. It will be host to weapons unlike we've ever seen before. Terrifying weapons, powerful weapons that could lay waste to entire continents in mere hours. So I urge everybody who listens to set aside our petty differences. I mean, it doesn't really care whether we are born on Earth or on Mars. We're still Homo sapiens. We are still one species. And it doesn't matter whether our skin is black, brown, white, yellow, or if we're gay, straight, bi, or we're cis, trans, or non-binary. It doesn't matter. It seriously doesn't matter. In the larger grand scheme of things, it's pointless. And if we don't learn from history, we are doomed to repeat it again and again and again. And we are only going to be we are going to become pawns to even bigger and bigger players. This is the inevitability of our current track. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't go out and colonize the stars. It's inevitable. It's what Elon Musk is right. As a civilization, as a species, we need to go beyond our own planet, our whole planet. We need to not only colonize the moon, we need to colonize Mars. It is essential for not only the survival of our species, but also the progression of our technology. Earth is running out of resources. And it's running out, and we can't destroy any more of our wild space, or else we are going to see complete ecological collapse of our planet. More so than we have already. Mining the asteroid belt is the only way we can get the resources that are necessary for our species and our civilizations to advance, begin rising above where we are at now. But no matter how far we go along in technology, we are still subject to the ghosts of our past and the lessons of history, whether we learn from them or not. So my warning to you is this: don't repeat our mistakes. Don't repeat the mistakes of my ancestors. Don't repeat the mistakes of this current generation, or else we're going to be eternally doomed. Anyway, it's just a thought. Hope you all have a good night.